Hello and welcome back to the Wrestling Group. I am your host as always, Ryan, and today we are going to be taking a look at the top 5 Razor Ramon matches in WWE. Now we'll be just looking at his matches as the bad guy and not his time as Scott Hall in WCW. Razor debuted in WWF in 1992. A shady Cuban-American bully from Miami. The character was modelled after the Scarface character, Tony Montana, and it didn't take long for the fan base to take a shine to him. The Hall of Famer is a 4-time Intercontinental Champion and is one of the first names that comes to mind for me when I think of that version of the championship. Razor Ramon was one of my first favourite wrestlers, and a few years before he sadly passed away, I was able to meet Scott Hall, have a 5-minute conversation with him, and get a photograph too. And let's not forget that iconic line from his Hall of Fame speech. Hard work pays off, dreams come true, bad times don't last, but bad guys do. What an absolute iconic line from his Hall of Fame speech. So today we will be celebrating the bad guy as we take a look at his top 5 matches as Razor Ramon in the WWE. As always, don't forget to leave your top 5 in the comment section below, and don't forget, hit that subscribe button while you do. So we'll start in at number 5. Razor Ramon versus Jeff Jarrett for the Intercontinental Championship at the Royal Rumble in 1995. Now going into this match, Razor was the babyface champion, while Jeff Jarrett was the heel challenger. This was about 5 months into Razor's second reign as the IC champion, while Jeff Jarrett had not actually held the IC title prior to this match. As you would expect from a Razor versus Jarrett match, this match was full of shenanigans. And during the close of the match, Ramon tripped up Jarrett by the ring post and pulled back on his legs, leading to Jarrett being crotched against the ring post. Now this drew a big cheer from the crowd. Jarrett tossed Razor over the top rope to the floor, which led to Razor selling a knee injury. That led to Roddy hitting him with a shoulder tackle to the left leg to knock down Razor in the aisle. The referee Tim counted Razor, but Razor was out of it and was counted out. Winner by count out, Jeff Jarrett. Now I know what you're thinking. Why is this match that ends in a count out victory come in our top 5? Well, because the match didn't end there. Jeff Jarrett would get another shot. Well, you see, back then, saying back then, it's still the case now, if a championship match ends in a count out, the champion retains the title. So as Razor headed to the back with his title, Jarrett then complained and called Razor a coward, which then led to the champ hobbling back to the ring, and the match was in fact restarted. They went for another 6 minutes before Razor attempted a Razor's Edge, but his knee gave way, and Jarrett was able to roll up Razor for the victory again, but this time he will be leaving with the gold. So in at number 4, Razor Ramon vs Owen Hart for the Intercontinental Championship on Monday Night Raw in 1995. Now Razor was the Intercontinental Champion going into this match. Owen climbed into the ring and stole the belt, but Razor managed to attack him before he could escape. This was followed with a big body drop and a clothesline to the outside, a great start to get the fans interested early on. A good back and forth between two rising stars within the company. When Razor signalled for the Razor's Edge, Owen reversed it into a back body drop and got him over the top rope. This was then followed by a stunning dive through the middle ropes by Owen Hart. And late on in the match, Owen came off the top rope with a drop kick and then applied the sharpshooter as he looked to get his opponent to tap out. But Bret Hart ran down to the ring and attacked his brother, causing a disqualification. He was close followed by Double J, who attacked Razor Ramon on the outside, and the crowd were going nuts for the returning Bret Hart. It was a great match, loads of potential obviously between Owen Hart and Razor Ramon. Just a shame that it did end in a DQ finish, but nevertheless still a really good match to check out if you haven't seen it yet already. Pretty sure it's available on YouTube. So in at number 3, it's that man again, it's Bret Hart versus Razor Ramon for the WWF Championship at the Royal Rumble in 1993. Now, Bret Hart was the WWF Champion going into this match, while Razor Ramon was still pretty new to the company, and this was his first singles match on pay-per-view. This was easily the match of the night though, and it's not hard to see why. This was a great opportunity for Bret to continue to cement himself as the top dog in the company, while it was the chance to see if Razor could well be a future star within the WWF. Their sequences were impressive and near to the end, with Hart using the turnbuckle to reverse the Razor's edge right into an inside cradle, resulting in a very close near fall. In the end though, Bret managed to lock in that sharpshooter submission move while both men were down in the ring, which eventually made the bad guy tap out. And Bret Hart retained his WF Championship. Now, it's a shame Razor Ramon was one of them guys that never reached the world title, and I do feel like if he hadn't have left and gone to WCW, we would have seen the WWF Championship around his waist at some point. It's just a shame that he never actually won a world championship. So in at number 2, Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels in an Intercontinental Championship ladder match at SummerSlam in 1995. Now, this was the rematch from their WrestleMania 10 match. Shawn Michaels was the Intercontinental Champion going into this one. Unlike the first match, the ladders in this weren't really used as weapons, but instead they were made use of them in other ways, such as jumping off them onto one another. The match starts with both guys attempting to land their finishes to end early. Razor starts to work on Shawn's knee, trying to ground his more agile opponent. Razor climbs the ladder, but Shawn manages to suplex him off it. Shawn retakes control by whipping Razor into the ladder. He follows that by performing a moonsault off it onto the bad guy. Razor connects with a Razor's edge, but Shawn manages to recover in time. They climb separate ladders and Shawn nails the sweet chin music to topple Razor. He then jumps for the belt but misses. Razor then attempts another Razor's edge and Shawn backdrops him up and over the ropes. And then Shawn Michaels climbs the ladder and retains his title. So if that was number 2, have a little guess what you think number 1 would be. In at number 1, Razor Ramon versus Shawn Michaels for the undisputed Intercontinental Championship in a ladder match at WrestleMania 10. And here we are. We have arrived at the number 1 spot and the greatest match in Razor Ramon's run in the WWF. Is anyone shocked that this came in first? Well, you shouldn't be. This match was booked as the first ever ladder match in the company's history. Going into this match, both guys had a version of the Intercontinental Championship in their possession, as Shawn was the original champion, but was stripped of the title because he didn't defend it enough. Razor then won the vacant title, but Shawn refused to acknowledge him and insisted he was the one true champion. A little daft, to be honest, but it got us this match, and what a match it was. On the way to the ring, Shawn refused to walk under the ladder, not wanting to tempt fate, while Razor had no such worries and walked right underneath it. A nice touch to start the match, I thought. Diesel was in Shawn's corner, but would be ejected from ringside by the ref after nailing Razor with a clothesline. Which, to be honest, is one of them. It's a no disqualification match because it's the ladder match. But again, it gives us a reason to get rid of Diesel and just keep it focused on the two guys in the ring. So I was quite happy with that decision. The ladders in this match were used against each other as weapons, as well as something for them to jump off of onto each other. To end this match, Shawn stops an attempt by Razor at retrieving the belts by drop kicking the ladder. He follows that up by hitting a super kick and a pile driver before riding the ladder down onto Razor's body. Next, Shawn sets up a ladder over Razor and starts to climb. But Razor shoves it over and Shawn is crotched on top of the ropes. Unfortunately, his leg gets tangled and he watches in horror as Razor begins to climb. Shawn then tries to get free, but then his arm gets caught and Razor retrieves the belts and wins the match at WrestleMania. This is now an iconic picture of Razor with both titles on top of the ladder. And this match still holds up today as one of the best WrestleMania matches in history and is our top pick for Razor Ramon's greatest match ever. So there you have it. The best, the greatest 5 matches of Razor Ramon's career. Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget, as always, to hit that like, leave us a comment and subscribe to the wrestling group today.